The devil game? Never play the devil's game. I'm posting this as a warning. My best friend Dan got involved in something bad. Something to do with the occult and making deals with the devil. Now he's missing, and I'm freaked out. I was going through Dan's laptop after he disappeared last month, looking for answers. He was always showing me these weird rituals and creepypastas he found on the dark web, and I worried he took things too far. Buried in his files, I found a document titled The Devil's Game, laying out supposed instructions for summoning and speaking to the devil himself through some kind of ritual. My blood ran cold reading it. This wasn't just another creepypasta. This was an actual manual, the writing too precise and knowledgeable. Whoever wrote this had done this before. It gave step-by-steps for the summoning process, protective wards to set up, rules of engagement. According to the document, if you do this ritual right at midnight in an empty church, the devil will appear in a mirror and play a twisted game where he answers your questions, but if you answer any of his wrong, he can lie to you. So in theory, you could use the game to get real intel from the devil, things no human would know, like the cure for cancer or winning lottery numbers, but only if you play super careful and don't let him trick you. One mistake and the Prince of Lies can feed you false info designed to ruin your life. The document warns there are strict time limits and protections during the ritual. Like if you break the salt circle warding the mirror, the devil will emerge from the glass and murder you. And under no circumstances can you take longer than 66 minutes to talk to him. Because if you do, your soul gets trapped in the mirror while the devil possesses your body. He then goes on a chaos spree until sunrise, when your body dies. Jesus, no wonder my friend is missing. But as terrified as I was reading this, I was also oddly compelled. Surely smart people could outwit the devil if they knew the rules, right? I had to know if this ritual was legit. I decided to try it myself on the next full moon. I gathered the ritual items: candles, salt, red thread, a mirror. I felt silly trespassing into my local church at midnight, but I had made up my mind. The document said to turn a cross upside down in the church, so I did. Lit the candles, poured the salt, wrapped the thread toward the mirror. As instructed, I turned off all lights except the candle glow and stared into the glass, willing the devil to show himself. After an agonizing wait, the mirror seemed to ripple. Then I was looking into the eyes of a stranger, pale beneath the glass. But his eyes, cold, ancient, and endlessly confident, chilled my very soul. "What is it you seek?" he asked with a razor grin. I shuddered, but managed to find my voice. "I wish to challenge you in a game of question and response." His smile widened. "Very well, let us begin." And so we did. The devil shot questions at me faster than I could think, quizzing me on history, science, philosophy, waiting for me to slip. After each answer, whether right or wrong, I got to ask my own. Wary of his tricks, I kept my questions vague, not revealing too much. But the more we played, the more I realized I couldn't outsmart this ancient entity. Those eyes missed nothing. They saw right through my clumsy deceptions. I sweated as we reached the 45-minute mark. Never get to 66 minutes, the document warned. As we neared the hour mark, the devil's smile turned sinister. "What a pleasure this has been," he purred. "Now tell me, friend, what is your name?" I froze. The ritual instructions had specifically warned against ever giving your name. It gives the devil power over your soul or something. I refused to answer. The devil arched an eyebrow, looking genuinely impressed. "Well done. Perhaps you are correct not to share that with me. However, I believe our time together has reached its end." He was right. I suddenly noticed all the candles had gone out. When had that happened? Uneasy, I checked my watch. 12:07 a.m. A wave of nausea hit me. The ritual had clearly stated I only had 66 minutes to speak with the devil, and I had gone over. Panicked, I looked back into the mirror, only to see my own ashen reflection staring back. And over my shoulder, a dark figure slipping out of the room, flashing me a cheeky grin before closing the door, leaving me alone in the empty church. I yelled and pounded the glass, but it was useless. Somehow, my damned soul was now trapped here in this mirror. The devil had stolen my body and could be doing God knows what with it until sunrise. Then I heard laughter echo from the glass. Spinning around, I saw shadows pooling in the mirror's reflection of the room. As I watched in horror, dark creatures crawled forth from under beds, out of closets, their eyes hungry for my fear. Clawed hands reached out for me. The document had said, "If you get trapped here, your twisted imagination gives shape to your living nightmares." And I had read way too many creepypastas over the years, my mind fertile ground for monsters. As the first creature's talons raked my soul, I screamed, and kept screaming. The torment never ended. There was no escape from this personal hell I had created. I could only pray my real body didn't slaughter too many while possessed. And that maybe, just maybe, my sacrifice taught Dan and others that while forbidden knowledge is tempting, some games you just don't play. At least if you value your mortal soul. I leave this record here in hopes others learn from my mistake. Now, if you'll excuse me, I no longer have the luxury of closing my eyes or covering my ears. The monsters are hungry again.